The Virgin Mary's last message to Mirjana, a call for urgent preparation and prayer. Greetings, beloved brothers and sisters in Christ. We are honored to have you with us once again as we delve into an extraordinary message from the Virgin Mary, delivered to Mirjana in Medjugorje, a message that has stirred the hearts of millions worldwide. We hope that you are having a blessed day filled with the grace of Christ. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel so you can stay updated on these vital spiritual messages. Now, join us as we explore this profound message that has left many in awe and deep reflection. In a world filled with uncertainty, many are searching for answers, looking for direction, for hope, and for a way to make sense of the increasingly tumultuous times we are living in. At the heart of Medjugorje, a place known for its powerful spiritual significance, the Virgin Mary has delivered a message that serves not only as a wake-up call, but also as a guiding light for humanity as we approach transformative times. The message the Virgin Mary conveyed to Mirjana is one of profound urgency, yet it is not a message of fear. Rather, it is a message of awareness and preparedness, calling on the faithful to embrace prayer, reflection, and spiritual readiness. Mary speaks of a significant event approaching, one that will bring about both internal and external changes to the world. This event, which seems to be rapidly unfolding, will shake the very foundations of life as we know it. Natural disasters, shifting landscapes, and the disappearance of communities have already started to appear, but they are not isolated occurrences. These phenomena, according to Mary, are connected signs pointing to a greater transformation that is underway. The Virgin Mary's words remind us that while these signs may appear as random or isolated events, they are in fact interconnected and indicate a major shift in both the physical and spiritual realms. People who are attuned to the signs can see that the world is moving toward a monumental change, one that many may overlook or choose to ignore. However, the shift is not just external. This is also a time when humanity must reflect deeply on its spiritual condition. It is not merely about what is happening in the world. It is also about what is happening within each of us. The changes occurring are both global and personal, urging each soul to consider its relationship with God. Mary's message is not one of doom and gloom, but rather a call to wakefulness. She speaks of a fine line between what we know and what is yet to come, a line that is becoming increasingly blurred. The world around us is changing, and things that once seemed stable and secure are now shifting in ways that are difficult to comprehend. Yet, this is not a cause for despair. On the contrary, it is an invitation to prepare, to get spiritually ready for what lies ahead. In her message, the Virgin Mary emphasizes the importance of prayer as a source of supernatural protection. Like a mother who watches over her children, she assures us that she is watching over the faithful and providing protection during these turbulent times. Prayer, she teaches, is not just a devotional act but a transformative force, a direct connection to God that serves as a shield against the forces of evil attempting to overtake the world. The Virgin Mary's message underscores the power of prayer in the face of the challenges ahead. It is not enough to simply recite prayers. True prayer must be accompanied by sincere action. We must live according to divine principles, aligning our actions with the will of God, if we are to see the transformative power of prayer in our lives and in the world. Prayer, when combined with righteous deeds, becomes a powerful force for good, uniting the faithful in a common bond of spiritual solidarity and shielding us from the darkness that threatens to engulf the world. Now more than ever, we need to come together in prayer. We need to build a spiritual camaraderie that transcends borders, cultures, and divisions. As darkness encroaches upon the world, the strength of our collective prayer will become a beacon of light, guiding us through the trials ahead. This is the time for believers to unite in faith, to pray with sincerity, and to live lives of holiness that reflect the love and teachings of Christ. But Mary's message also calls for action. It is not enough to merely pray and hope for change. True prayer demands that we live out our faith by embracing the commandments of God, showing love and charity to others, and striving for holiness in all aspects of our lives. Mary reminds us that a prayerless life, or a life that is disconnected from the teachings of Christ, will not bring the spiritual protection we so desperately need. Instead, she calls us to a deeper commitment, one that involves both prayer and action. The time for preparation is now. As we face uncertain days ahead, let us heed the words of the Virgin Mary and commit ourselves to prayer, reflection, and the pursuit of holiness. Let us not be swept away by the distractions of the world, but instead, let us be alert to the signs of the times. This is a critical moment in history, and our response, both individually and collectively, will determine how we navigate the changes ahead. In conclusion, the message of the Virgin Mary to Mirjana in Medjugorje is a powerful call to prayer, spiritual preparedness, and a deep commitment to living the gospel. While the world may be changing in ways we cannot fully understand, we are not without hope. Through prayer, faith, and unity, we can face the coming challenges with courage, knowing that God and His Blessed Mother are with us every step of the way. Let us heed this call to action and let our prayers and lives be a testament to the light of Christ that will guide us through the darkness. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. We hope that this message inspires you to reflect on your spiritual journey and to strengthen your connection with God through prayer and righteous living. Please subscribe to our channel and join us again as we continue to explore messages of faith, hope, and divine guidance. May the peace and blessings of Christ be with you always. In these tumultuous times, a higher power must guide every aspect of our lives, every thought, every action, every gesture. The consequences of disregarding God's commands are more severe than ever before, especially as we approach an era of immense trials and spiritual testing. The Virgin Mary, in her messages, calls us to live in alignment with God's will, reminding us that mere words and empty gestures will not suffice. Only a sincere, devoted life, grounded in faith and spiritual values, will equip us to endure what lies ahead. This is not the time for superficial religion. Rather, it is a call to deep, authentic commitment to God's teachings. Central to the message from Medjugorje is the prophecy of the 3 days of darkness, a time foretold in many revelations throughout history, which the Virgin Mary speaks of with a sense of urgency. This event will plunge the world into a thick, overwhelming darkness, both physically and spiritually. For 3 days, the modern world's sources of light, electricity, technology, and even human knowledge will fail, leaving the earth in a profound solitude. This is no mere metaphor. The darkness is described as tangible, all-encompassing, and impossible to ignore. It will be a testing ground for faith, where no external comforts or distractions will be available. People will have to face their true spiritual state in the starkest of circumstances. During this time, faith will be the only true guide. Those who have not nurtured a solid foundation in God's truth will struggle to survive this spiritual trial. But even the faithful will face hardship, for this period is not just about physical darkness but spiritual purification. The Virgin Mary emphasizes that this time of testing will compel each person to confront their innermost reality. With the absence of worldly distractions, there will be nowhere to hide from the truth of who we are and how we stand before God. It will be a moment of profound spiritual reckoning, where illusions will shatter and only the light of true faith will remain. The Virgin Mary's message is clear. Preparation is not only necessary, it is urgent. To withstand the trials of the coming darkness, we must begin now to strengthen our relationship with God. Prayer must become genuine and heartfelt, not just a routine. Devotion must move beyond surface-level rituals and enter the realm of deep, personal connection with the divine. The spiritual resilience needed to endure these days of darkness can only be cultivated through this kind of commitment to God. But the Virgin's message also addresses practical aspects of preparedness. While the spiritual foundation is the most critical preparation, the Virgin Mary offers guidance on how to prepare physically for the challenges that will come. She advises gathering essential supplies, food, candles, matches, to ensure survival when the modern conveniences we rely on will be gone. This advice is not meant to cause fear, but to encourage prudence and foresight. When the world's infrastructure collapses, having the basics will give us the strength and peace of mind to face the unknown. The Virgin Mary's message carries an unmistakable sense of urgency. These preparations are not just for an indefinite future, but for something already beginning to unfold. The signs are already clear, in both the turmoil of society and the changes in the natural world, that the time to act is now. A key element of this preparation is the call for global fraternity. Despite the increasing division, inequality, and conflict that threaten to fracture humanity, the Virgin Mary reminds us that we are all part of one global family, united by our faith in God. This call for unity is not abstract. It must be demonstrated in our actions, especially during these times of trial. The message of the Virgin Mary compels us to reach out to one another, to foster love, solidarity, and compassion across divides, for it is in unity that we will find strength. The coming darkness is not just a personal trial, but a collective one, and the power of faith, prayer, and community will be our greatest asset. So, as we stand on the brink of these transformative times, the message from Medjugorje urges us to take action. Live faithfully, prepare spiritually, and unite as one. The world is changing, and we must be ready not just for the physical challenges, but for the spiritual battles that lie ahead. As the Virgin Mary has urged, this is a time for deep reflection, repentance, and preparation. Let us heed the call to be vigilant, to deepen our faith, and to prepare not just our bodies but our souls, for the days of darkness are upon us. Let us live with a spirit of unity and compassion, knowing that through prayer, devotion, and collective action, we can endure any storm and emerge as faithful witnesses of God's light in a world that so desperately needs it. It is not enough for love and faith to remain as ideals. They must become the foundation of our daily lives. Our greatest protection from the darkness and evil forces that seek to divide us is the collective strength of prayer and the spiritual bonds we share as a global family. But this unity will not come about by itself. People from all walks of life, no matter their background, culture, or beliefs, must choose to set aside differences and embrace one another as fellow believers. This deliberate effort to come together, recognizing our shared purpose and commitment to spiritual values, is the key to building a compassionate, resilient world capable of facing the challenges ahead. At the heart of the Virgin Mary's message is the call to live lives rooted in love. This love is not passive or fleeting, but rather a transformative and active force. It is a force that will guide us through the hardships that lie ahead. Love, in this context, is a commitment, a deep and unwavering devotion to God's will and to the well-being of others. It shows itself in every act of kindness, every decision made in the spirit of service, and every sacrifice made for the benefit of another. This love will sustain us, providing the courage to face the unknown with faith and the strength to persevere. Even in the darkest times, the Virgin Mary reminds us that we are never alone. She watches over all of God's children, offering comfort, protection, and support. Her love is a constant source of strength that will carry us through even the hardest trials. Her presence assures us that despite the ominous predictions of dark days ahead, we are not abandoned. She is with us, guiding us with love, giving us the courage to move forward in the face of uncertainty. The Virgin Mary also calls for a deep spiritual renewal, a transformation that goes beyond just repeating prayers or following tradition. It requires us to cultivate an honest, heartfelt relationship with God. This relationship must be sustained through prayer, reflection, and a genuine commitment to bringing our will in alignment with God's. It calls for personal conversion, turning away from selfishness, distractions, and worldly desires to focus on what truly matters, our connection with God and the love we share with others. The message from Medjugorje serves as a powerful exhortation to prepare both physically and spiritually for the trials that are coming. The signs of these impending challenges are already visible, whether in the natural world or in the hearts of humanity. The Virgin Mary urges us to take this message to heart, to strengthen our faith, and to begin our preparation without delay. In particular, the prophecy of the 3 days of darkness serves as a stark reminder that there will be both spiritual and physical trials ahead. Yet, the Virgin Mary reassures us that with faith, prayer, and practical preparation, we will overcome these challenges. She calls on us to live as one family, bound together by love, united in the pursuit of world peace. She assures us that no matter how difficult the road ahead may be, she will always be by our side, offering her intercession and care. Now is the time to act. Faith, courage, and love are all we need to face what lies ahead. With God's protection and the Virgin Mary's constant guidance, we can overcome any obstacles. Your participation in this spiritual journey, no matter how small, adds strength and significance to the collective effort. Let the shared stories of our humanity be a source of inspiration and hope, guiding us through the challenges of today and into a future of spiritual renewal and unity.